Well, that's telling the end of the story there. Let's go back to those days when you're planning for college. You're trying to figure out how in the world am I going to get one kid through, much less multiple family members through college. All right, Mom and Dad, sit down, take a deep breath, relax, because the pros are here. College Planning Centers of America, Kelly, Shaw, Matt Tibbetts, great to see you again. This could not be any more timely. We didn't set this up. We didn't plan this. I just got back from a college trip with my daughter.
And we know, Mark, I'm glad you said that, because that's one of the things we recommend to every family. Take trips to the schools early, before they commit. Really see what the campus is like. Spend some time there. And I know that one of the schools your daughter's looking at, you've been a big fan of, and you've been there for a long time, so you know the campus and you know the surrounding area.
I was very surprised. I mean, we took her to Furman University, to Clemson University. She's going to look at Texas Christian. She already knows in her head what she wants to do, which is special education. And they gave her some things to think about at Furman and kind of loved up on her a little bit and said, here's how we'll help you through this. So that early visit is huge in terms of getting a feel for how you think you're going to be fitting in that program.
Right.
But paying for it. I mean, the whole time I'm hearing all this and I'm thinking, oh, this is wonderful. This is where my daughter belongs. This is perfect. I am flat out of luck here. What do? You start planning now. And you get with you guys early on, correct?
Absolutely, and there's never too soon to plan.
That's my point, yeah.
Absolutely, but you know, we encounter families all the time that have already got students in high school in the situation that you're in and looking at college and feeling overwhelmed by it. So the first thing we let families know to do for certain is to fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. Fill it out as soon as you can. It's made available to families on January 1st. You want it filled out that right away. We encourage our families to have those done by the end of January.
See, I already told my wife when I knew that you guys were coming in here and we'd just gotten back and I was looking over the guest list for today, I told my wife, we got to get with these guys now. We can't wait. Now, we've got one in college already, and that makes a big difference, does it not? That's one of the factors that is considered. When you think maybe you make enough money that you're never going to get financial aid, if you've got another kid in college, that makes a difference.
It's a huge difference. I mean, there are basically 7 criteria the federal government looks at. Number 1 is household income. Number 2 is parents' assets. Number 2, it's children's assets. It's the children's wages. So there's a couple factors there, and it's very important. One of them is the age of the parents and number of kids in school. So it'll be very helpful to you this year.
Okay, so there's actually a reason for me to be maybe slightly more optimistic when I fill that out. But now, for folks I want to go all the way back to kids that are just starting high school. Are there things that parents should be doing right now to plan for college?
Oh, absolutely. You know, Mark, you mentioned your first child in school and that your house was an issue in getting qualified for financial aid.
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Right. There's 2 methodologies, IM and what's called FM. We won't go into that because it's kind of complicated. But the bottom line is not all schools look at the value of the house. So number 1, 70%, I believe, right, according to the
Department of Education.
Yeah,
yep.
70% of FAFSA forms are filled out wrong. In fact, Matt had a client recently who overspent by what, almost $100,000. Tell the story. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you can't get that money back, can you?
No,
never. And
now, explain how that happens. How you can overspend? You're entitled to more aid. You're entitled to more scholarships. What's the problem here that you would end up spending $100,000 more than you had to?
Well, there's a lot of tricky things in terms of what assets do you have to declare when you're filling out that free application for federal student aid and which ones you don't. This particular family had declared assets that they didn't need to, so they graduated their oldest child with $140,000 in total student loan debt.
Oh.
They came to us just overwhelmed because they're getting ready for their next child to go to school, and they said, we just can't afford to do this again. We looked at it and couldn't figure out why that number was so high. We went and looked at how they'd filled out their FAFSA before. By miscategorizing some assets, they'd overspent by $100,000. They should have had a total student loan debt of about $40,000 for that degree, and they'll never get that money back.
Oh my goodness! And trying to recoup that money in a career when you're just out of college and trying to get that money back.
It's the same as a house payment.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. So the important thing is that, number 1, they fill out the FAFSA properly, and they probably need to get somebody on their side, whether it's us or somebody like us. It's very, very important because a lot of people look at that FAFSA almost like a loan app, and they don't really know how to characterize the assets or where they should put it, and they kind of overstate some values. So it's very, very important to understand how to fill that form out correctly.
All right, and again, you folks will help them with that.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing to be ashamed of, folks, that you don't get this. It can be very, very intimidating.
We offer a free 1-hour consultation. Anybody that wants to give us a call or contact us via the internet, by all means. And then I know we're going to have a half-hour show on this Friday, I think at 9:30, and we're going to be covering a lot of this in more detail, and we've got people flying in from all over the country to help us.
I'm sitting here in my own mind. I know parents are doing the same thing at home, and grandparents, if you're going to help with the kids' college, you're thinking, free-hour consultation? Wait until you hear how many questions I can squeeze into 1 hour.
Oh, yeah.
So
we have to go longer.
fast.
We have to go longer than an hour. We're fine with that.
Now, you have a kit, too, a full kit that you offer to folks as well, which is another great way for them to go.
Right. You know, a lot of people come to us, I'd say probably 45, 50%, really don't need our help that much. They got pretty simple. We kind of share with them what their EFC, expected family contribution, is going to be. And what we do is we have a kit for $99. Normally it's around $150, but we'll offer it to everybody for $99. And it comes with a binder, a lot of instructions, and really leads them through everything. And if they want to come and sit with us, they still get an hour consultation. And we find about 40% can use this kit. About 60% really need our help.
Okay, well, I'm going to just automatically put myself in that category and make my appointment right now.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much. Kelly, Shaw, and Matt Tibbetts, College Planning Centers of America. What a great resource. Folks, again, you are miles and miles ahead the sooner you start, and as soon as you talk to these guys, you're going to take a great leap forward and towards getting comfortable with your kids going to college and how you're all going to survive that. So thanks again so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, for more information, you go to san diego6.com, you click on San Diego Living.